Good morning. Today is May 20th, 2014, and my name is Abigail Eustace. I would like to welcome all of our family, friends, the Ponderosa staff, and the Parker community to Sports Authority Stadium in Parker, Colorado. We thank you for joining us this morning to celebrate the graduation of the Ponderosa class of 2014. You have been with us every step of the way, and we are glad that you can join us for this final stride. In the words of Christian Can, our class motto declares, in response to those who said, "Stop dreaming and face reality," I say, "Keep dreaming and make reality." Please join us as we bring our dreams into reality.
Good morning. My name is Frederick Tan, and I'm the Ponderosa High School Salutatorian for the class of 2014. Thank you to family and friends for joining me and my classmates here this morning to celebrate this milestone. I would also like to extend a thank you to the Ponderosa High School faculty and staff who are here to share this morning with us. At this time, I would like to welcome the following representatives from the Douglas County School District Board of Education and Administration offices. Mr. Dan McMinamy, Assistant Superintendent. Ms. Dana Johnson-Strother, Chief Academic Officer. Mr. Gautam Sethi, Chief Technology Officer. And Mr. Steve Johnson, Director of High School Education. Mr. Kevin Larson, Ms. Judith Reynolds, and Ms. Richard Robbins, representing the Douglas County School District Board of Education. Thank you for joining us today. And now, family and friends, please stand with us as my talented classmate, Mr. Kyle Tong, performs the national anthem for us. Thank you, Kyle. That was beautiful. You can be seated now. I would now like to welcome our amazing valedictorian for the class of 2014, Mr. Matthew Goodrich, to deliver his commencement address.
Well, class of 2014, looks like we finally made it. I'd first like to give a special thanks to everyone I've been blessed with to have in my life and who has helped me be here today. I'd also like to give a special shout out to my mom, my dad, my brother, my state semifinalist soccer team, our state champion lacrosse team, my Twitter followers, another shout out to my Twitter followers, some extra special people like Kenny, Andreas, Ty.
Oh, hold up.
Frederick Tan, salutatorian of the class of 2014. What are you doing here?
I'm really happy for you, Matt, and I'm gonna let you finish, but this graduation speech is whack. I say we turn it up a bit.
Well, what are you suggesting?
I don't know, we could do something cool and memorable, like maybe we could rap it?
But I'm not a rapper.
Will the real Slim Matt Goodrich please stand up?
Okay, but I'll need Freddie Tan the Man, Mr. Mustang 2014.
Last name Rosa. First name Pondo, like the grades on our report cards, we be all up on that A-list.
We're here on graduation day, looks like we finally made it. As we move on, our memories of the school won't be faded.
Up in chemistry we be titrating.
Niwa,
We are the Mustang Stampede.
yeehaw,
Swimming in integrals derive me.
cock,
When we do athletics, boy, we shock. We started out as freshmen, now look at where we are. We made it to the top, future's looking like a shining star.
One day we making bank and driving fast cars, but for now we'd like to thank our teachers for getting us this far.
Yeah, Cordial Weller, they is all about their English when it comes to time. Writings, they assigning like St. Nicholas.
Everyone who wrote them was asking for forgiveness, but for the AP test we killed it. Hitless! Graduation day may be here, and I say we're all ready to move on. But don't forget these last 4 years. We're gonna be Mustangs forever, man.
And when it comes
To this fall, and you move on to the next stage of life,
don't let the Ponderosa spirit leave y'all.
we'll love the school forever, man.
Forever, man.
Forever, man.
Forever, man.
Forever, man.
Forever, man.
I know we all want big dreams, big fame, big things, but happiness will make you feel like queens and kings.
Pursue whatever your passion brings. Life is about the little things, so count your blessings.
We all have our own story, personal lives and glory. Life has its ups and downs and might get good gory.
But keep your head up and don't start feeling sorry. There's always another chapter in your life story.
Now think about Freddy on a wrecking ball, or a whole stampede supporting you when you fall.
You got a vast school helping you to stand tall, just like the days when you walk through our halls.
Even if you leave the 303, like a family class of 14 will always be.
Ponderosa High School will always have your back. Like it's finals week, just study up on that fact.
We're all destined for greatness, so remember that. All the way up on stage, and we can't even rap.
But we're just trying to not let life hold us back. Take a picture with your phone,
Call that rap chat. Here.
And I say we're all ready to move on.
But don't forget these last 4 years. We're gonna be Mustangs forever, man.
So when it comes to this fall,
And you move on to the next stage of life,
don't let the Ponderosa spirit leave y'all.
we'll love the school forever, man. Forever, man.
Forever, man.
Forever, man.
Forever, man.
Forever, man.
Forever, man.
Okay, hello, it's the future. I've come back to be your tutor.
Your potential could be super. Keep your bad decisions fewer.
I had to make some mistakes because life has its give and takes.
Forget about the fakes. Haters hate because jealousy
And
aches.
we'll never stop running like we're Mr. Crop. And triply accelerate like Cunningham to the top.
Like a photo up in Photoshop that you're gonna crop. Like the year, but we ain't never gonna stop.
Make your life bold like the font up on the yearbook page. Smell the ink as you dream and your deep days play.
We got lyrics so cold, we have you shivering for days. Shock you so hard, call this rap Ice Age.
They say go out and make a rhyme on a dime, but if a dime isn't mine, guess Hourglass is running out of time.
We're looking so fine, you call this grad rap genuine. I'm starting to use a thesaurus, so take it back to the chorus.
Ooh.
Graduation day may be here, and I'd say we're all ready to move on. But don't forget these last 4 years. We're gonna be Mustangs forever, man. So when it comes to this fall, and you move on to the next stage of life, don't let the Ponderosa spirit leave y'all. We'll love the school forever, man.
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 Here we go. When we got homework, we would procrastinate, but please don't hate. We're just trying to graduate and find a mate.
Also, so let it go. Spin the sick flow as we rap. Have the administration begging for more.
We got you waiting for Godot, cause that's the motto. Go, go, indeedy. Freshmen wanna be like you and me.
Heaton, Nance, and me while Link Crew taught us to lead. Olsen, Thorson, Molay will go down in history.
This school has created both you and me. Without it, I'm not exactly sure where we would be.
Now that we're nearing the end, we got a little left to do. Time to say our goodbyes to each and every one of you.
Live like you wanna be and stay true. Not only help others, but you do you. Make everyone jealous. You went to PHS. Go out to the real world. It's time for the real test.
Today our talented Pegasus Choir will be performing the Lady Antebellum song, I Was Here. Enjoy. Thank you. At this time, I invite our principal, Mr. Puga, to the stage.
Ready with my music for my rap? Okay, well, maybe not. Ponderosa Mustangs, at this time I would like to honor you as a group for your outstanding academic leadership and scholarship. Would the Ponderosa graduates who have earned a GPA of 4.0 or above please stand and be recognized by our crowd? Please stay standing. Ponderosa graduates who have earned a GPA of 3.75 or above, please stand and be recognized. Ponderosa graduates who have earned a GPA of 3.5 or above, please stand and be recognized. Ponderosa graduates who earned a scholarship or recognition at honors convocation last night, please stand and be recognized. This year, we are especially proud of these students standing before you. They have earned over $3 million in scholarships. With the rest of the Ponderosa class of 2014, please rise, face your families, and give them a round of applause for their love, support, and encouragement over the last 4 years. Thank you. You may be seated. Parents and families, it is with your love and support for the last 18 years that the graduates before me have achieved this level of excellence. They have earned their place in society and have the capacity to achieve whatever they may desire. Our students will attend the top colleges and universities in America, as well as serve our country in the military, go to trade schools and community colleges, and enter the workforce prepared to impact our community and our great country. This year, we have one staff member who will be retiring from Ponderosa and will be moving on to new adventures. I would like to acknowledge him at this time. Would Mr. Mark Murphy please stand? Mark, the Ponderosa faculty and staff and students wish to thank you for 25 years of service and dedication to Ponderosa High School. You truly will be missed, and I hope you know how much of an impact you have made on Ponderosa High School and the students that sit before you. So thank you very much. Parents with us today are members of the faculty, staff, and administration of Ponderosa High School and our feeder area. Ponderosa faculty and staff, please stand so that you may be recognized for your contributions to this graduating class. Thank you, staff, for all you do for our students. Also with us today are feeder principals, Julie Yeager from Sagewood Middle School, please stand. Jeannie Tanecki from Northeast Elementary School. Drew Francis of Mountain View Elementary School. Mark Harrell of Franktown Elementary School. And Sheila Bebbing of Legacy Point Elementary School. Thank you for all your contributions to our class. Finally, I would like any faculty or staff members in attendance in the audience from our feeder schools. Please stand at this time and be recognized for your contributions to this great graduating class. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our commencement speaker today from the faculty, Mr. Gary Cordray, to give the faculty address.
Thank you. You guys look good. Was your heart pounding, Freddie? All right, I know how you feel. Friends, families, colleagues, and graduates, I am honored to have this opportunity to say a few words today at this very special occasion. Before we begin, though, I would like to make a few comments about this particular graduating class. Listen to me. I would like to commend you. During your tenure at Ponderosa, you have represented the school and community admirably. You came into high school at a time when budgets were being cut, schedules were in constant flux, standardized testing was at an all-time high, and emotions over educational theories were at a fever pitch. Still, you kept working hard at your education. You kept your head on a swivel. You kept Ponderosa relevant academically, athletically, and artistically, and left the school a better place than you found it. You should be proud. And to my students and those I got to know personally over the past 4 years, I've known many of you since before you came to Ponderosa when we met at Sagewood, and you were introduced to this man you really weren't prepared to deal with. I know it was a bit, how should I say this, intense for most of you. I would like to personally thank you for listening and thinking and laughing at my sarcastic rants. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to teach and improve my craft so I can better serve those who will follow close behind. I sincerely thank each one of you. Now let's begin. Class of 2014, graduates, fellow citizens, this is a day on which we celebrate your accomplishments, as Matt and Freddie so poetically reminded us. And therefore, it is actually a celebration of your past. After this ceremony, at graduation parties both big and small, you will talk about your high school career with friends and family, reliving the highlights with pride and a warm feeling of accomplishment, while hopefully finding humor in those difficult times when maybe you weren't at your sparkling best. And as you reminisce, as you retell those stories, you'll be living very much in your past. But it is over. Yes, the proverbial fat lady has sung her final note on your high school career. Your grade point average will never change. Your ACT scores are set in stone. Your applications have been read and scrutinized and answered. Your awards have been accepted. You will never play in another high school athletic contest or perform on another high school stage. You will never hang out by your locker. In fact, it is no longer your locker. Oh, the juniors moved in so fast. It was amazing. And you have taken your last class with that teacher who made you smile. At this point, that is all in your past. It was all a sort of currency, an investment of time and energy that you earned and will now cash in for an opportunity at your future, which means you now get to hear those three words you have been waiting for. You are free. Yes, you are free. Free to go out into the world and live life on your own terms, to be your own person and make your own decisions. But this freedom is not what many of you thought it would be. It is not a victory. It is not a final product. It is not the end of something. It is, in fact, the beginning. This freedom you have earned is simply a fresh start, the commencement of your future. No, you are not all starting in the same place because you all invested differently in your pasts. But the rewards in life, the real victories, are still available to all of you. No matter who you are right now, no matter how much you invested over the past 4 years, once you turn those tassels and are handed those diplomas, you are all free to strive for everything life has to offer. You are now all free to invest your time, your energy, your life in anything you see fit. Think of this the same way you would as a financial investment. You may plan to diversify and invest a small amount of your life in some areas and greater amounts in others. You may choose to invest it all in one job, one person, one interest. At times you find yourself in debt, trying to decide how to find time, borrow time, even steal time away in order to pay for your lifestyle choices. And most of you are hoping on a return on that investment, happiness. The vast majority of you have made the decision to go to college next year and plan to graduate with a degree after studying one subject at a very in-depth level. Some of you will then proceed on to graduate school to get master's degrees, and in some rare cases, PhDs. Others are about to go into the workforce in hopes of finding your calling in a profession. Still others are heading to the military prior to going to college, or are looking to make the armed forces their careers. You all have hobbies and interests, the activities that keep life interesting, that occupy your thoughts when you're not working hard at the things you have to. You all have friends and families with whom you spend time. These are the people who make you laugh, are there when you cry, who keep you grounded when you get too full of yourself, who help to give you a sense of belonging in a world that can be very lonely at times. And these are all competing for your investments. So where will you deposit your time, your energy, your life? As Americans, we thump our chests at the fact that we are a democracy and capitalist. To us, freedom, choice, and autonomy are the most important qualities the United States has to offer. And we are not alone in this admiration, as made evident by the large number of immigrants who flock here each year. But participating in democracy means more than casting your vote each November for a candidate you hope will shape the world to your liking. And being a capitalist means more than deciding where you spend your money and which products you support. The greatest freedom you now have, the greatest way to take part in those much heralded American values, is to invest yourself in the things you value most. If you really want to contribute meaningfully to the society, It matters not the path you choose to take after you leave this stadium today, be it college, career, or service. It does, however, matter where you invest your time, your energy, your life, for this is how you will, in turn, shape this society. If you value your education, pour yourself into learning everything there is to know about the subjects you will major in. Get to know your professors and pick their brains. Engage your fellow students academically. Engross yourself fully in education because you love the subject. If you value honest, hard work, then invest in it. Learn through real-world application. Learn to be a professional, a reliable colleague, a future manager, a potential owner. Find the best people in your field and spend time learning from them. Become an expert in your job because your passions lie in doing the work well. If you believe marriage is something to value as an American, then invest in your spouse. Work hard at your relationships. If you choose to have children, invest all you have in them. Pour your love and understanding into the next generation and teach them how to be good, loving, passionate people. Invest in your friends if they are worth having. If you value our natural resources, the animals and water and forests and deserts, then invest in them. Invest in your community, your state, your nation by giving them your time, your energy, your life. But if you choose to spend your time selfishly indulging in mindless decadence, if you choose to spend your energy being miserable in a job you hate just because it pays well, if you choose to spend your life being dishonest and hurtful to your fellow man, if you choose to lose your identity in the selfish hype of social media, you knew I was going to go there, and the electronic world, then that is the society you are investing in. That is the society you are voting for with your actions. That is the society you will see thrive. We as a people define our country every time we act, with every investment of our time, energy, and life that we make. Exercise your freedom. Shape your world by investing in it with right action. Live your life as the example of what you wish the world would become. Be happy in your work, not because it fills your bank account, but because it fills your soul. Be truly fulfilled by the life you invest in, and that happiness will shine like a beacon to those who have lost their way in the complex lifestyle of this modern world. Let your entire existence serve as your argument for how the world should be, and let others follow you. So, since I feel obligated to give you advice, I will do so at the risk of sounding cliche. How do I think you go about finding happiness, bliss? How do you go about determining where you invest? First, never stop learning. Be curious and seek to understand the world. My greatest education did not come in a classroom, but I have always had amazing teachers. My parents, my grandfather, my wife, my daughter, my colleagues, my students. The great thinkers throughout history, my own failures, my minimal successes. To be intellectual, to be studious in life is not a criticism. It is a badge of honor. Whether you extend your education well into your 20s, or you've taken your last class ever, or you return to it later in life, possessing knowledge about the things you value will strengthen your passion for them. Second, be skeptical. Before you swear your allegiance to anything, any group, any idea, any occupation, any product, any ideology, do your research. Ask questions. Seek out counter-arguments. Test and retest. Then, and only then, should you decide to support that endeavor. But please, please think for yourselves. Next, share your life with somebody who accepts you for who you are and shares your commitment to being happy. A life well lived is a life worth sharing. Find a way to share what you have to offer. Invest in others so you may pass along your ideas and so they can share theirs with you. Get involved contributing to others by being a thread in the fabric of humanity. And most importantly, and you know I mean this, laugh. Laugh every day at everything, especially yourselves. Humans are the greatest punchline to the most wonderful joke in the world. We are ridiculous in our attempts to be fabulous. If the life you have chosen does not allow you to laugh more often than you cry, consider why. There will be plenty of downfalls in life, plenty of times you wish you could just run away and start over so you don't have to face the tragedy inherent in human existence. At those times, laugh. Laugh when you find yourself taking something too seriously. Laugh when things are going really well. Laugh when things are at their lowest. Laugh at other people's jokes. Make others laugh at you. Surround yourself with people who make you smile and see the humor in every situation. I doubt that when you are at the end of your life, you will wish you had laughed less. Will you please enjoy the ride? Class of 2014, graduates, fellow citizens, you are free. I thank you for listening. I hope I have given you something to think about. I hope you find some kernel of truth in my words, or maybe they are just the last rant you will ever hear from me. And I don't have a clue what I'm talking about. That does seem to be the general consensus of my wife and daughter. And if that is the case, and you go out into this world on your own and think you have it all figured out, come back and tell me about it. I am sure I will have some questions for you. Thank you so much for your time today. You guys, man. And now welcome back to the stage, Mr. Chuck Puga.
Thank you, Mr. Cordray. At this time, would the Ponderosa High School class of 2014 please stand? Mr. Larson, Mr. Robbins, and Ms. Reynolds, would you please stand as well? Mr. McMenemy, would you join me on stage for the presentation of this graduating class? As principal of Ponderosa High School, I am pleased to present to you the graduating class of 2014. These seniors have earned significant recognition for themselves, their families, their school, and their community. On behalf of the faculty and staff members of Ponderosa High School and the Ponderosa feeder schools, I wish for each of you, the proud class of 2014, the joy and fulfillment that comes with achieving your goals and pursuing your dreams. Mr. McMenemy, I certify that these members of the class of 2014 standing before you have met and in most cases exceeded the graduation requirements of Ponderosa High School and the Douglas County Board of Education. They have earned the required credits and are thus eligible to receive a high school diploma. Mr. McMenemy, I present to you and to the Board of Education members present the 2014 graduating class of Ponderosa High School.
Congratulations, Mr. Puga and your staff on a job well done. Thank you for all of your hard work. Let's give a hand. On behalf of the Board of Education and Douglas County, it's a tremendous honor for me to accept the class of 2014 Ponderosa High School. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Graduates, please be seated. Honor graduates, would you please join me on stage? At this time, the class of 2014 honor graduates will be receiving their medallions. Then all graduates will be receiving their diplomas. On behalf of the staff of Ponderosa High School, I congratulate the graduates on their achievements. These students have worked hard in their academic studies. They have shown great leadership, sportsmanship, and perseverance in the pursuits of excellence in athletics and extracurricular activities. In recognition of the time these students have spent here at Ponderosa High School, each of them will also be presented with the Ponderosa High School Alumni Mustang pin. Honor graduates, please join me on stage. wait. She needs to call your name. She needs to call your name. Come back here. Brett.
Matthew Ryan Goodrich. Frederick Leonard Tallinn Tan. Delaney Claire Marsh. Samuel Jared Fines. Abigail Marie Eustace. Jonathan Pierce Udlock. Thomas James Udlock. Madeline Nicole Merritt. Andreas Grant Sy. Carl Robert Wilcox. Amanda Braun Merrick. Kyle Jean Parmley.
Marley Patricia Nahum. Carson K. Meredith. Emil Marcus Knighton. Anne Marie Severson. Kira Lee Huzzard Trombley. Joseph David Giuliano. Rachel Lindsay Rowland. Kimberly Ann Laverty. Keith Benjamin Evenson. Courtney Ann Niemak. Erin Mabel Sieber.
Jordan Lynn Adams.
Sorry, a little confused there.
Kyle Grayson Tong.
Sage Junelle Adler.
Andrew Joseph Aponte.
Jason Isaac Aiken.
Brittany Nicole Lyon.
Brooke Rosemary Ames.
Jared Gregory Lyon.
Lorena Isabel Anders.
Trinity Rose Machuca.
Courtney Lauren Applin.
Morgan Bailey Makut.
Ashley Nicole Baller.
Carissa Brooke Mann.
Elizabeth Ann Banish.
Ryan Christian Manning.
Michael Emmett Bepriestis.
Rachel Brianne Mansfield.
Sarah Elizabeth Bernard.
Mia Marie Martin.
Sean Ryan Best.
Ashton J. Johansson.
Blake Michael Billera.
Austin Bennett Preister.
Mason Charles Billingsley.
Aaron Michael Martinez.
Haley Britt Bills.
Got it. Justin Todd Mason.
Christian Devereaux Bingle.
Paulo Mazziello.
Logan Patrick Blair.
Mackenzie Ann Maddie.
Tyler Jeremy Blea.
Talon James David Matthews.
Ashlyn Michelle Basso.
Krista Lynn McClellan.
Andrew Laris Bro.
Sean Christopher McClure.
Blake Austin Bruner.
Jacob Patrick McDevitt.
Gage Curtis Byerly.
Tyra Glenn Walker.
Kylie Ann Callahan.
Annie Elizabeth Wallery.
Savannah Noel Calvano.
Kaylee Piper McDonald.
Nicholas Royce Cardiel.
Rory Philip McElligott.
Mark Aaron Carmen.
Lauren Nicole McNeil.
Colton John Carr.
Cassidy Louise Mailhouse.
Mitchell Stephen Clark.
Abby Marie Medina.
Stephen Michael Klein.
Reese Connor Mikesell.
Kendall Lenore Castor.
Delaney Grace Mogg.
Roselle Lynn Dorman.
Aaron Redmond Coleman.
Kathleen Marie Dorman.
Jacob Lawrence Colleran.
Tyler Glenn Morris.
Grant Kevin Collins.
Erin Christine Morton.
Mary Kelly Cook.
Taylor Ricky Morton.
Samantha Chelsea Cook.
Christopher David Negebauer.
Victoria Elise Crowder.
Jacob William Nigro.
Danielle Rachel Cuevas.
Rachel Leah Nordstrom.
Jordan Lee Culver.
Emma Nicole Norris.
Alora Alicea Del Moral.
Keely Ann Villiard.
Tanner Andrew Dennis.
Montana Sky O'Brien.
Cassandra Leslie Detweiler.
Jacob Michael Oakes.
Haley Michelle Dixon.
Brianna Rose Odell.
Alexandra Holly Donaldson.
Kayla Jordan Olson Smith.
Erin Marie Douglas.
Shay Bryn Olander.
Madison Chase Duplessis.
Brian Austin Ortiz.
Rebecca Lynn Duvall.
Camille Mia Pace.
Chandler Michael Early.
Elijah Kane Wyant.
Jesse Martell Eden.
Kayla Sue Packard.
Tucker Randall Eldridge.
Dominic Kenneth Padilla.
Thomas Emmett.
Catherine Louise Pantone.
Elizabeth Anna Enoch.
Ross Michael Pasick.
Brett Nelson Erklands.
Hannah Grace Patton.
Erin Alyssa Fincher.
Summer Elizabeth Peets.
Madison Rain Finley.
Chad Michael Perkins.
Zachary Jackson Constantine Flynn Tanner.
Jackson Robert Wynn.
Riley Jude Gomira Flynn Tanner.
Tyler Marie Pierce.
Gabrielle Lehuanani Fornash.
Chantel Janine Prue.
Amanda Christine Foreman.
Caleb James Richens.
Connor Freeman.
Cooper Benjamin Richmond.
Dylan Matthew Gable.
Austin Thomas Reach.
Rachel Maria Gabrielson.
Stephanie Marion Roberts.
George Michael Gallant.
Brian Fernando Rodriguez.
Reagan Avery Gallegos.
Elias Lyle Ross.
Peter Nicholas Gibbs.
Raquel Yvonne Rothleitner.
Alani Kiana Gilbert.
Adam Michael Rowland.
Ryan Keone Gilbert.
Tyler Michael Ruxtall.
Allison Mary Pearl Gillen.
Jonathan Julian Rutherford.
Brittany Noel Glantz.
Adrena May Sampson.
Dalton Allen Goes.
Kenneth James Shader.
Madeline Jane Chamberlain.
Shelby Kalen Scheit.
Alexander John Chapman.
Benjamin William Schmidt.
Kelton Thomas Good.
James Robert Scott.
Taylor Marie Goodman.
Zachary Tyler Scott.
Tanner Seth Graham.
Cameron Douglas Searle.
Casey Daniel Grandstaff.
David Rich Shaw.
Cody James Grand Prix.
Rox Alexander Shane.
Victoria Susan Gray.
Lauren Anjani Shirley.
Georgia Ann Griffin.
Peyton Delaney Silva.
Haley Lauren Christensen.
Matthew Charles Skaliski.
Taylor Michael Crothers.
Melissa Ann Skaliski.
Wesley Ryan Griffiths.
Ian Thomas Skoranek.
Austin James Gunsals.
Elizabeth Delaney Smeaton.
Mary Catherine Hammock.
Cole Robert Smith.
Hannah Noel Hammis.
Gerald Wesley Smith.
Alexis Nicole Hansen.
Sean Zurich Smith.
Elizabeth Joy Hansen.
Zachary Alexander Smith.
Hannah Ray Hardy.
Jessica Aaron Sorensen.
Scott Eugene Hartso.
Joshua David Sorensen.
Victoria K. Elsie.
Alex Soto.
Rebecca Elizabeth Holcomb.
Alexandra Paige Spalding.
Savannah Beth Hayden.
Ryan Charles Anthony Spencer.
Shane Andrew Hester.
Dylan Lloyd Spalding.
Wyatt Austin Hicken.
Brett Michael Stratton.
Connor Shields Hicks.
Shelby Parker Sutton.
Audrey Ellen Holmes.
David Linderman Tackett.
Rachel Marie House.
Mitchell Wesley Taylor.
Devin Alexander House.
Alana Shea Taylor.
Jordan Lee Hutchinson.
Christopher Austin Taylor.
Peter Russell Jason.
OJ Bobby Thompson.
Cassandra Lee Kolchak.
Madison Lee Thornton.
Jonathan T. Wynn.
Congratulations, guys. Kevin Matthew Titterton.
Saidi Ibunya.
Eric Hiroshi Takuyama.
Ariel Marie Jenkins.
Paul George Trujillo.
Brianne Nicole Jensen.
Lana I. Tunacliffe.
Kieran Michael Johnson.
Joseph Edwin Turner.
Taylor Renee Johnson.
Grace Mackenzie Tanecki.
Ashley Ann Johnson Munoz.
Danielle Shannon Valentine.
Casey Ann Jordan.
Christopher William Wally.
Callaway Grace Lawler.
Samantha Beverly Waller.
Marianne Veronica Maxwell.
Elise Megan Wardrobe.
Kendall Kempton.
Garrett Savage Warnock.
Allison K. Kessler.
Jackson Dean Weber.
Michael Key.
Dustin Steele Wayland.
Cody Lee Kimball.
Dominique Noel Westberger.
Katie Nicole Kimbrell.
Jason Thomas White.
Gavin Rain Knighton.
Christopher James White.
Cameron William Knox.
Tori Dewan Williams.
Kaylee Kimberly Smith.
Cody Lee Wilson.
Kylie Rayanne Cutter.
Mariah Raquel Wilson.
Morgan Taylor Cobes.
Sebastian Hikaru Wilson.
Samuel Hunter Caranda.
Tanner Douglas Wold.
Vadrana Kovacevic.
Emily Phelan Woods.
Brandon Allen Krasansky.
Adam Thomas Wolf.
Nicholas Donlin Levine.
Madison Ann Zander.
Thomas Royce Lacey.
Benjamin Allen Zimbeck.
Adam Peter Lang.
Ryan Thomas Zimmerman.
Jonathan Levy Sukel. Brian Thomas Laporta. Madeline Irene Ledoux. Kayla Jean Levers. Jeffrey Eric Lindblom. Jamie Jean Longnecker. Matthew James Lord. Dylan James Ling.
As a special treat for you today, I would like to introduce my classmates and friends, Andrew Aponte, AJ Johansson, Carson Meredith, Austin Preister, Frederick Tan, Tyra Walker, and Annie Wallery to perform It's Time by Imagine Dragons.
Freddie Tan, I need Freddie. Get over here. So this is what you meant when you said that you were spent. And now it's time to build from the bottom of the pit right to the top. Don't hold back. Packing my bags and giving the academy a rain check. I don't wanna let you down. I don't ever wanna leave this town. 'Cause after all, the city never sleeps tonight. It's time to begin, isn't it? I get a little bit bigger, but then I'll admit I'm just the same as I was. Now don't you understand? I'm never changing who I am. To the top, don't look back. Turn into rags and giving the commodities a rain check. I don't ever wanna let you down. this town. 'Cause after all, the city never sleeps tonight. It's time to begin, isn't it? I get a little bit bigger, but then I'll admit I'm just the same as I was. Now don't you understand? I'm never changing who I am.
This road never looked so lonely. This house doesn't burn down slowly. To ashes, to ashes.
It's time to begin, isn't it? I get a little bit bigger, but then I'll admit I'm just the same as I was. Now don't you understand?
I'm never changing who I am. It's time to begin, isn't it? I get a little bit bigger, but then I'll admit I'm just the same as I was. Now don't you understand? I'm never changing who I am.
Family and friends, Frederick, the class of 2014, and I would like to thank you once again for joining us to celebrate this milestone in our lives. At this time, Ponderosa High School, class of 2014, please rise. Let's turn our tassel. Congratulations.
We made it. Good job. Okay, guys. Cases, stuff, grab that, stand, and then you're done. Thank you, Strawman.